Hey guys, it's Dustin here, the Pro Picker, with another thrift store video. This is basically my entire Wednesday. I ended up going out thrifting, hitting some pawn shops. I did hit TJ Maxx, no footage there because I did not find anything on the yellow tag sale. So guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Everyone, please like the video, comment below. Really helps me as a content creator to get my content out there in front of more eyeballs. Also, follow me on Instagram. It's at ProPickerOhio. With all of that out of the way, I see this first new stock cart, and there wasn't too much there, but she brings out the second one here that you're seeing now with the trolls on top. Not too much. The first stock cart actually had a lot of biscotti jars. That's what you're seeing over there in the previous footage. I think these trolls may have had some value, but then later realized they didn't. But I noticed the records underneath here. While I'm checking out the records and kind of getting an idea of if there's any valuable ones, she actually comes over with some video game related stuff, which is pretty cool, and says, hey, I've got this. So yeah, I end up quickly putting the records off to the side because I'd seen this Acre Hawking. I do put this back. It's a cake thing. I already have another one that I still need to sell, so I don't end up going ahead and grabbing that one. But yes, I do go through the records in just a moment. But like as I mentioned, a 3DS here, and then she has this big stack of games. So she shows me everything. I end up saying, hey, keep a couple of the games. What can we do on everything else? And we end up working out a deal at 70, which is pretty fair. That is, and I mentioned it to her, kind of the top end of what I, would pay for a lot like that. But it was really cool that she thought of me when it came to bringing out these video games. We've, worked together before on some different items. I mentioned that, hey, video games is one of my focus. And that's why it's really important to get out there and talk to people, talk to everybody about what you do, what you're into, what you're trying to buy. Let people know you want to buy stuff. And that does help quite a bit. If you want to be a reseller, it helps greatly if you can communicate with people. Obviously, to sell something, you got to communicate. Even on eBay, you'll have messages and stuff that you have to handle. And on the buying side, obviously, be able to speak to people and let people know what you're into is important. I do grab a couple records as well. Here's kind of a breakdown of the games I got. Most of the games aren't crazy impressive, but there's some decent ones. I've already sold Kirby. There's a Mario Kart 7, which is super common, but in demand, but really isn't worth a crazy amount, but enough. Wreck-It Ralph there, I think is only like a $10 game. The best games at Mario and Luigi there. And yeah, the 3DS system itself is going to make up a chunk of, that's going to get my money back. The profits in the games, not making a crazy amount, but definitely a good enough deal to jump on. It is a normal 3DS, and it does work. I tested it and everything at the house. It's good to go, plays perfectly. That's everything I find at the Goodwill today. That was really, again, awesome of her to help me out with that. I do go into the Salvation Army here. Gonna be pretty quick in and out of this store for this video, mainly because not too much had changed in the way of what was out there, except I noticed the stack of Xbox 360 games. I just can't believe how many video games I'm finding at thrift stores all in one day, because usually I don't find much. Again, it's just about being out there early and often to the thrift stores. You kind of make your own luck in this business. Again, there's a bit of a highlight tendency on YouTube, and my channel's no exception. You know, there's plenty of times I walk out with nothing. In fact, this is all I got out of that entire stack. The economics of a lot of those games are like $10 shipped at $3. The most I'll pay on a $10 ship game typically is $2 on an individual buy. The only reason is because the economics of a $10 ship game, if you pay $2, you're $2 for to ship it, $6, 50 cents on a bubble mailer. I'm just rough mathing, $6.50. You're gonna have $2 in fees, I mean, you're gonna make basically $2 a profit roughly in return. So after that, on the way to American Thrift, I stop at Cashland, and I do look in the video game case here. So, I mean, obviously, the Switch and the Switch Lite are kind of close to retail prices, which they're in-demand consoles right now. I totally understand it, so I can't touch those. But yeah, I do see, I mean, they're actually pretty good deals. I mean, if you go in there, you save $20-30 over buying new on a Switch Lite. What I do find here is the first 2 seasons of Sliders, which is a really cool sci-fi show, and it can't be streamed anywhere right now without renting it. So I go ahead and pick this up for myself because I've been meaning to watch it again. I was hoping it was the complete series, but once I watch that, I'll probably sell it. I do find a copy of Modern Warfare here for $15. That comps out at about $35 on eBay. So I do go ahead and pick it up. It's kind of funny. I was talking to somebody in line at the bin sale about buying Modern Warfare there for $15, how he had did it. So same for me. Not the best margins, but it's going to flip quick, and this is going to be, you know, more money I have in my arsenal to make buys in the future. I do check the media here and don't really see much of a change. And this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've walked past that SpongeBob stereo, guys. A couple people mentioned in the comments. I'll comp it out if it's still there next time I make it. I promise. The dice and attachments here, I'm thinking this is going to be at least $40 is a lot. Only $6 here. Now, I might be able to get more if I piece it out. I'm just going to have to see if it's worth the time or not to piece it out that way. As I turn the corner, I see a light bright. Immediately, I know it's not vintage. If you guys have seen some of my earlier videos, you'll know I bought this really awesome like 70s light bright deal, and it, you know, flipped it for a pretty decent amount of money. It was pretty awesome. It had like the alphabet letters in it too. So I go in the back and I see the new stock cart. A lot of it's women clothing, which is a weakness for me, as I don't know much about the brands, you know, as I probably should, because there's so much of it out there, especially like thrift stores, yard sale season, and all of that. But I do see this Nike like golf skirt kind of deal. I think I'll get roughly $25 for it shipped at $250. It's gonna ship first class in a poly bag. It's a no-brainer. Should make my money on it relatively quickly. Then I go home for a little bit, decide to go back out and hit another Cashland thrift store. This one has had that Hyperkin up there for a few weeks now, about a month. And like I ask him about it, and I'm like, hey, has that come down any? Do you guys have any room on it? And he's willing to discuss it since it's been there for so long. It does have a copy of Mario Kart in it, with a little bit of light label damage, unfortunately. The Hyperkin Retro 5 or Retron 5, what it does is it allows you to play old vintage games from 5 different systems, like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Game Boy. I don't remember them all. But yeah, so it basically is kind of like an all-in-one unit. It comes with a wireless controller, and there is an extra wired controller in there, and you can plug in all your original controllers if you happen to have them. I think I'm going to get about $130 shipped for it, and then I'll get probably $30 of that label damage on the Mario Kart, and I'm paying $65 out the door on it. then while he's over there getting that all together, I go ahead and I find this Final Fantasy VII remake, guys. Only it's only $10. It'll sell for about $32 to $35 in pre-owned condition like that. Definite pickup. I know it's gonna sell quick. It's a heavy hitter. It's a big title. If people don't have it, they're wanting to buy it. And then ironically, I see Head Coach, that same person I had discussed the Modern Warfare with, had mentioned picking up the more valuable Head Coach on PS3 at a pawn shop. So I found this one for $1. I'm hoping to get 9 or 10 for it. I really need to get 10 to make it worthwhile in my eyes. Guitar Hero 5 for a couple bucks. Won't argue with that. $10 to $11 on it shipped. I'm not making a fortune on that one. The Castlevania might be a reach at that $13 comp. We'll see. But this was really nice of him. He set it up to show me that it worked and everything, showing me both controllers work, the game, the system, and everything works. So I didn't even ask him to do that. So he went above and beyond for me, which I really appreciate. That's really awesome of him. I do notice it's Mario Kart 7, so this is the second copy of this I'll buy today. And I asked if he'd take like $3 on it, and if he'd take $5 on this Zelda storage case. The Zelda storage case, I'm expecting I'll get, it's for 3DS, it's leather. I'm expecting I'll get about $20 for it shipped. So not a crazy return, but I think it's pretty cool. And I kind of bought it blind and then looked it up afterwards. To be honest, I didn't know what the value was, but I figured at $5 I couldn't lose. But with that, guys, that's all I get. Pretty productive day. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit me up on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.